Hello, everyone, and welcome to another love word for the week. It's really a great joy to be with you this week. And today, our love word for the week is compromise. Compromise. Compromise sounds like a word for the weakling. It sounds like a word like lowering your standard, but it's actually a very powerful word for the love relationship. Compromise is very, very significant for a thriving love relationship. Whether it's a relationship with married couple, family members, colleagues, neighbors, compromise is a very, very important word. Now, what is compromise? Compromise is to give up something that you want in order to reach an agreement to settle differences. I'll take it again. Compromise is to give up something that you want in order to reach an agreement to settle differences. You know, there's this scripture in Amos 3:3 that says, "Can two work together except they be agreed?" It is not possible to have a smooth running relationship if there is no agreement, and that makes compromise very, very important in any love relationship. To have a smooth running relationship, you cannot afford to be rigid. You cannot afford to always have things your own way. It is very important to put other people into consideration. What other people want, you have to put in consideration, so that at some point, it's important to give up an idea or something you really, really want in order to allow other people's views, other people's wants, other people's desire. Because love relationship is not just about yourself. When we are talking about love relationship, it means that you are in relationship with somebody or with some people. It doesn't just talk about you, it involves others. And in love relationship, since it has to do with others, we have to put both sides, or every side and every part of that relationship, into consideration. And that is where compromise comes in. It is not basically lowering of standard. It is just trying to put other people's opinions, desires, wants into consideration, and you seek a common ground. You seek an agreement so that everything can run smoothly well. I want to say compromise is very, very important, especially if it doesn't go against your God-given values. There are some values that you cannot just afford to trade away for any kind of relationship. They are very important values. I want to give an example of a married couple where, in a situation where your husband says, for there to be peace in this house, you have to compromise with me in this aspect of this young man or this businessman or this wealthy man wants to render a help to this family, and all he's asking for is to allow my wife to spend the night with him. That's not a reasonable compromise. No, but there are some compromises that we make that will make our love relationships thrive. So I want to also read Ephesians chapter 5 verse 21 to us. The Bible talks about husband, love your wives, wives, submit to your husbands. But before husband, love your wife, wives, submit to your own husband. There's this verse in verse 21 that talks about, it says, be submitting. This is Berean Liberal Bible. It says, be submitting yourselves to one another in reverence to Christ. New Living Translation says, and further submit to one another out of reverence for Christ. I would like to replace that word submit to give in to one another. Compromise with one another. Don't always have it your way. Don't always force your way. Put other people in consideration. Let there be balance. I want to round up by sharing the story of an experience I had in my relationship, in my marriage. In the year 2016, for a very significant reason, we had to move from the city where we were living to another city, very wide, far apart, and before we moved, we had to visit the city we're moving into to secure an accommodation. I remember that when we got to this particular city, I went with my husband, and I think one of our daughters went with us, and we were just checking out some places that some realtors had for us. There were two major ones. There's this particular one that is almost like half the price of the other one. This one that is about half the price, I didn't really like the neighborhood. And another thing is, the other one that I preferred had what we call in Nigeria a boys' quarter. It's more like a self-contained, where you could, maybe if you have guests, you could put them there. It is a different apartment from the main house. Not to say like you have two buildings in a compound, because it's alone in the compound. The other one that is like half the price too was actually alone in the compound. I think it was about 5 bedrooms duplex or 6. This other one I preferred is a 5-bedroom duplex, but with a boys' quarters, But considering the price, the one I really liked, I love the neighborhood. It's so beautiful. Lovely, lovely environment, but it's high in price. And the other one was about half the price, still alone in the compound, still with a lot of bedrooms and all that, which will fit our family. But my husband was like, we are missionaries. We came here. Part of the reasons why we are here is to plant a church. So we are here not for luxury. We are here to serve. Inside of me, even though I really prefer the other neighborhood and the building, the structure, the design, but it got to a point, and I said to him, that's true. I agree. I will go. Let's go for the cheaper one. It's about half the price, and it's like having the same capacity, as in the number of rooms alone in the compound and all that, and everything went smoothly. My husband was happy. But the good news is, when you put in for houses, is not immediately, because I believe so many people are putting in for the same building. It's not automatic that the house is given to you. And somehow the owners of the house with the lower price said they weren't going to give us the house, and we now had to resolve back to the one that I really, really, really liked, and somehow that one was given to us, even though we had to pay like double the other one. But definitely we are getting something better for our money. But why I shared this story is I didn't force my way. I didn't start making trouble out of it, like, no, this is what I want and all that. I compromised. I told my husband, it's not a big deal. This one doesn't have to do with maybe doing something against my values. It's something I can actually compromise, It's not something that I'm doing something against the standards of God. It's just about house, right? And it's just temporary. So in situations like that, it is very, very important that we understand the place of compromise. Don't force your way. At the long run, you see how God worked everything out without any struggle, without any animosity, without creating friction. God still gave me my desired house, the place I really desired. And my husband too was pleased, because he saw that clearly I had compromised. I was ready to go with him anywhere he could afford. He wanted us to go. So compromise is important to love relationship. When you give in, there's sometimes you give in, there's sometimes other people will give in to you. There's sometimes you give in to other people. And this makes everybody involved in the relationship to see that their views, their desires matters. And you just see that the relationship runs smoothly. So our love word for this week is compromise. compromise, give in to other people's view, give in to other people's ideas, as long as it is not destructive, it is not contrary to high and moral values, especially God-given values. I'll see you again next time with Love Word for the Week. Have a blessed week. Bye-bye.